Hey y'all, it's Michelle from the Scattered Scrapper. Welcome to my channel. Today is day 7 of Scrap-O-Ween. It's Freaky Friday and time to work in my October daily. I haven't got started yet, so I need to hurry up and get going. I have all kinds of goodies here that I am hoping to use in my October daily. So I've got this transparency here, I've got some glitter, I have this Pebbles Spooky 12 by 12 paper pad, and the die cuts and stickers and things, and of course all of my Halloween goodies that are basically at my feet. So let's get started. When I saw this Simple Stories Simple Vintage October 31st paper, I knew immediately that I was going to use it for the opening page of my October daily. I think maybe a lot of people had that same idea because I have seen it in other October dailies and it is so pretty. This little card right here that just says, "Hello October." It is just so cute. I love it so much. And I am going to zoom in a little bit so you can see better what I'm doing. Now, for this particular page, my opening page, I have it outside of the pocket. So to make this big enough to fit in, I'm going to back it with this piece of paper from the Spooky 6x8 paper pad. And it is just a bunch of Halloween words, like scary, creepy, bats, haunted house, graveyard, and of course the word Halloween, and it's in gold, the word Halloween. All the rest are in white, and I made sure that it was the size of the little page protectors so that it would fit in nicely. And I'm going to go ahead and stick this down, making sure you can still read the little gold Halloweens. I want them to show through, or to be able to be seen. And then these are some little die cuts that I cut out with a die set I got last year. I cut these out. I think I cut them out from bigger sized coffins because I needed a little bit smaller for a little flip or turning page thing. What do you call that? I don't know. But I wanted to put the little coffin on there, and then I'm like, I gotta use my Tim Holtz mica stains. Gotta get them on there. So I used an orange one called the Burning Ember, and then I used a gray one called Iron Gate. Since the distressing on the paper, or the mixed media on the paper, is already in kind of a gray and an orange. So I got that on there. And then I'm using this little vellum die cut that I cut out probably last year from a Tim Holtz Halloween die set that I have. And then I'm going to put him somewhere. I try him out in several different places, and I'm like, I don't like it there, don't like it there. So I end up putting it down here in this lower right-hand corner. And I really like how you can see the mica stain that kind of shines through underneath him. And then if the mica stain wasn't shimmery and shiny enough, I go ahead and put a couple of these, well, no, not a couple, 3 of these little rhinestones that I got from, what is that called? I can't remember. I can't remember where I got them. Honeybee? That's it, honeybee stamps. And now for the back of this insert, or this page, I am going to trim off some of this paper, and oh, I just love it. It's so pretty with these flowers on them, and the little spider webs that are embossed in gold, and it has little bitty candy corns on it. This pattern is just so cute. So I'll go ahead and I get it glued down. And I put a lot of washi tape. Well, not a lot, but I put a good amount on here because since this is an outside of the page protector, I want to make sure everything stays stuck down really well. And I put another little coffin here on the back to cover up the back side of the other one. And then I have this little die cut here of the spider web that I have an Echo Park spider web die, and that's where I got that from. I cut it out last year. And then this die cut that says "'Tis the season to be spooky" is from the Pebbles Spooky collection. And I'm just going to go ahead and use some glue to cover all my little spider webs, all little strands of the spider web. And of course I drop it and get glue everywhere. Thankfully it dries clear, but I did wipe up a lot of it and it came up. So I want to make sure that my spider web is stuck down very well. I don't want any pieces of it poking up and getting caught on things. And I make sure everything is glued down because we don't want it falling out. I got that there. And then, of course, since I have a spider web, I need a spider. So I'm going to use one of these little spider stickers, and they are stuck on that piece of acetate really well. And I think it's really cute because it has two rhinestones on it, one for the bottom of it and one for its head. So then I'm like, oh yeah, I need to put the year on the front. So I flip it back over and I have these, I think they're some old Citrus Twist kit alphas with numbers. So I get those on there. And I think that's going to do it for that one. And then my next little story that I'm going to do, or the first story, my number one story for October 1st, is about our blow up decorations in the front yard. So I'm going to use this transparency here with the orange hearts because I just absolutely love our little decorations. And well, they're not little. You'll see them in just a second. But I'm going to use this inside of this pocket here. And I want to make sure that it's a little bit smaller to make sure that there will be room for my pictures and stuff that I'm going to put on the transparency. And then here are the pictures that I'm going to be using. I have a daytime picture of them and a nighttime picture of them. And when I printed out the picture, they had a little white border around it because it didn't quite fit right or something. I'm not sure, but that's when I pull out this little guillotine trimmer when I want to trim some of my pictures. But I like to use that trimmer when I'm cutting. I don't know why. It's kind of weird, but anywho. So here are Mr. and Mrs. Pumpkinhead and their two children. So last year, let's see, we've had Mr. Pumpkinhead for several years. And then last year I found the little one on the far left there. And at first I was like, oh, Mr. Pumpkinhead can have a wife. Not realizing how small she is. So when I took her outside and put her out and blew her up next to him, she was tiny. And I'm like, oh, no, that cannot be Mr. Pumpkinhead's wife. That's his daughter. So this year, I went on the hunt for a Mrs. Pumpkinhead for Mr. Pumpkinhead and their daughter. And back in September, when all the Halloween stuff first came out at Walmart, I found the second little one that's there. And I was like, oh, now they have a little son. So now we have a Pumpkinhead family. And I love it so much. And when I printed out these pictures, I don't know why, but one ended up bigger than the other, and I did not realize it until after I had already glued stuff down, well, taped stuff down, and put the sticker on it. So thankfully, I was able to pull that sticker up. Usually with these, I print on an Epson PictureMate, and usually once you stick something down on those pictures, they do not come up. But thankfully this time it did. So I was able to move that little pumpkin out of the way so that I could trim it down. I was a little irritated about that. I should have paid better attention to the size of those pictures. So here I am going to trim out a little tag. And of course, it's got all the jack-o'-lanterns on the front of it because this is the story about Mr. Pumpkinhead and his family. So I get that done. And then I'm going to use this purple sequin, not sequin, good heavens, purple glitter paper and cut out or punch out a little reinforcer here. And man, I don't know how I did it, but I got it right in that corner. There was hardly anything left there. I wasn't so lucky the second time around. I did catch the very edge there, but that's okay because I'm going to put some ribbon and twine or something through the hole here. So it's going to cover up the fact that a little bit of the top of that reinforcer is cut off. And that's okay. So I've got that on. And then I'm going to go ahead and get out some fun things to put through this hole here. So I have this trim that I got from Michael's. And I have this ribbon. And let me tell you, this little plastic, it's almost like made out of the stuff that Easter basket grass is made out of. And it's attached to just some string. So it is very, very floppy. You see me here, I'm like really fussing with it and fooling with it. I'm trying to get my ribbon how I want it. And of course this grassy little frilly stuff is not cooperating. And I'm getting kind of aggravated with it. And it's like, how am I going to hold this so that I can staple it on? And then I'm like, well, it's not in the right spot. But finally we get ourselves together and I get it stapled on. And I like to do 2 staples in an X pattern. Make sure everything's on there nice and tight. And then I'm going to punch holes in this tag and put it into the book. And on the back, I'm going to write the story about Mr. Pumpkinhead and his family. But on this side, I have this label here that I punched out from one of the papers in the Spooky 6x8 paper pad. And I'm going to I'm going to use these Heidi Swapp teeny tiny little letters, little puffy letters. And I'm going to spell out the Pumpkinhead family. Isn't that so cute? And of course, I need to put some more of the Distress Mica stain down, and I'm going to use the Harvest Moon for this one. I say it in every video because I have used this stuff in every single video. But I love this stuff. It is so pretty. And that is going to do it. I'm going to zoom back out here. But I went the wrong way at first, but I'm going to pull it back out. And I hope you are enjoying the series. I hope that you are enjoying your October. Can you believe we're basically a whole week into October already? It is going by too fast. It needs to slow down so we can enjoy the season more. So here I'm just bringing them up so you can see a little closer. And how fun is that where you can see through it? Yay. And then here is the tag with the little splatters and the jack-o'-lanterns. And I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.